Happy New Year! It's 2014. I wanted to start the new year off by giving you a word of encouragement and also letting you know kind of what we have in store for 2014 for the girls, what's coming up, and what the theme is for the year. I know that most of you are aware that last year we had this theme of strong, beautiful, and brave. And it was an incredible year of hearing stories of women really stepping out and being brave where they weren't before, kind of putting fear behind them and stepping into things that they know that God has called them to do or be a part of. And so that was an exciting year. This year, the theme that we've been praying about and that has really come to the surface can be summed up in two words. And the two words are, it's time. And you might be saying, okay, it's time for what? And that's a good question, but that's a question that you have to answer for yourself. And what we want to do this year is help you kind of discover what it's time for in your life. If you're anything like me, as I was kind of growing up, even now I still do it, I'm always looking at what's next. When I was young, I was looking forward to getting married, and then I was looking forward to having children, and then I was looking forward to having grandchildren, which I have now. I have a grandchild, by the way. But I was always looking for that next season. Even as my children grew, I was looking for work that would have some meaning, and I'm always looking kind of what's next. But I really think that it's time for all of us to look at what's now. Not so much what's next, but what's now, what's right in front of us that we should be working on, that we should be embracing wholeheartedly. And sometimes the season is a rough season. Sometimes it is a difficult season and we want to be out of it because we want to be moving on to what's next. But the Word of God tells us that everything is beautiful in its time. And so what we want to do this year, and starting off with our conference at Awaken in February, is kind of help women to identify where they are, what season of life they're in, what time they're in, and be able to embrace that and have the tools that they need to live to their fullest potential in that time. I want to read to you kind of the inspiration from where this theme came from, and it's Ecclesiastes. And it's one of those things, just like with the brave theme, everywhere I turn now, I'm seeing Ecclesiastes, I'm seeing things about timing. And so I want to just read this to you real quick here. There is a time for everything and a season for every activity under heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to uproot. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build. A time to weep and a time to laugh. A time to mourn and a time to dance. A time to scatter stones and a time to gather them. A time to embrace and a time to refrain. A time to search and a time to give up. A time to keep and a time to throw away. A time to tear and a time to mend. A time to be silent and a time to speak. A time to love and a time to hate. A time for war and a time for peace. And then it's culminated in verse 11 where it says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. And so what we're going to be doing this whole year, but really hammering this home at Awaken in February, is helping you identify what is it time for in my life? Where am I in life? What has God got for me in this season? And how do I embrace it and make the absolute most of it? So we're praying for every single one of you as we go forward with this theme. We have some really exciting changes that are happening For the Girls. For 5 years, we've been building this army of women that are coming together saying, I want to embrace everything that God has given me, my gifts, my talents, and use it for His glory. And so what we're doing now after 5 years is we're realizing that it's time for us to actually start doing a lot more in the community. So Cinda Harris is coming back on board with For the Girls to head up our outreach arm of For the Girls. So we're going to be doing a lot more outreach this year. We are so looking forward to that because we just feel like, again, it's time for us to get out there and actually do something. We've got this great gathering of women that come together several times a year. Now we need to go out there and make a difference, shine the love of Jesus in our community, and be everything that we were called to be. So we are hoping that you'll join us on that journey this year. We're excited. Just as a little extra note, I want to mention that Next Wednesday, we're going to have our first event of the year. I'm going to be speaking at a Working Women of Tampa Bay career luncheon. It's a kickoff for the year, and our For the Career girls are all going to be there, kicking off the new year together. We're so excited to be part of the community with this event and to be mixing and being with other working women in the community, having the opportunity to network. So if you're a working woman, a career girl, we encourage you to join us next Wednesday. You can visit our website, www.ftgi.org, for all the information, peruse it, see what's going on, and most of all, sign up for Awaken. We would love to see you there at Innisbrook in February. Happy New Year. We love you from FTGI.